If you want to pick up a hobby in university that makes you a more interesting and attractive person, well, this video is perfect for you. Let's be honest here, it's not just about becoming a good student with solid grades, but also about becoming a complete, well-equipped person outside of university who lives a fulfilling life. And let me tell you, great hobbies are the basis for that kind of life. As a computer science and design student, I have picked up many different hobbies so far. I've been doing karate for 12 years of my life, played tennis and found my love for filmmaking and photography. And during university, I even started this YouTube channel on the side, and I also cook a lot. But let me tell you, after trying many different things, I realized that not every hobby is, let's say, built the same. In my eyes, your time at university is the perfect opportunity to pick up hobbies because you're still free from all the corporate stress. Once the 9-to-5 grind kicks in, it's gonna be really tough to start a hobby. So you wanna choose the right one and start while being a student. Later down the line, when you're 60, you're gonna be really proud of you taking action during university. Guaranteed. So what you need are 3 different types of hobbies that complement each other: a physical one, an intellectual one, and a creative one. This combination is going to boost your student life and allow you to level up in life, a better body and a better mind. So let's talk about physical hobbies. These will be hitting the gym, running, tennis, swimming or basketball, single sports or team sports, you name it. I chose calisthenics and fitness as my main hobbies. When I find time, I also enjoy playing tennis and practicing martial arts. But bear in mind, you don't have to take fitness very seriously as I did. The goal is to simply pick up sport or some form of physical activity that you feel like you can enjoy. It's absolutely fine to try out a lot of different things. I literally jumped from hobby to hobby in the past, and this is how you figure out what is the right one for your personality and your lifestyle. But once you've found one, you also need to stick to it and build a solid routine. And this would ideally mean moving your body multiple times a week. But you might ask the question, why is picking up a physical hobby so important? You might be like, oh, I don't have time for this, or it's too much of a commitment. These are the exact same thoughts I had, especially when university became quite stressful. Oftentimes I was like, you know what, let's skip the workout session today, I need to finish my assignments. There are so many beautiful things that happen when you really get into the rhythm of that physical hobby. One of them is that you just look healthier. You get a much better physique, your muscles start to really develop, you get bigger arms and maybe even get a six-pack. But if that wasn't enough, the benefits of physical activity go way beyond the looks. Exercising gives you a massive advantage in other areas of life. One is that you're going to develop a strong character. You're going to become a more driven person, someone who has a lot of discipline and ambition. And you can use these traits when it comes to studying, for example. You're going to be a more focused individual, which means that you study more effectively and most importantly, more effortlessly. Suddenly sitting down at the table and doing your assignment seems a lot easier than before because you get a huge energy boost and mental clarity. Whenever I smash a nice workout, I feel extremely good afterwards. There has never been a single occasion where I finished an exercise session and was like, no, that wasn't worth it. Not even once. When you start exercising, you're gonna feel that your life is more balanced. Your mind is gonna be clearer and sharper. A healthy body is a healthy mind. A healthy mind leads to better grades. I think you get the point. So physical hobbies are an investment that pays you back in so many great ways. On top of a physical hobby, you wanna have an intellectual hobby. I'm talking about language learning, programming, reading books, playing chess, or even writing. Personally, having an intellectual hobby is really important for me. I actually have multiple from this category. For me, reading and writing are by far the most important ones because they teach me so much about life. A book is essentially a person's entire wisdom compressed into a couple hundred pages. And by reading lots of them, in my case about finances, psychology and health, I was able to soak in all of this knowledge from these incredibly smart people and implement it in my own life. I can highly recommend reading books. But maybe you want to focus on something different. Maybe you really want to learn a new language, which is, by the way, a beautiful thing to do. Being able to speak 3 languages, Japanese, German and English, gave me so many new opportunities in life. Coding is also a really attractive intellectual hobby. It will teach you the ability to solve complex problems and logical thinking. Of course, we don't want to be the sturdy person who looks like Gollum and sits in front of the computer in a dark room. all day. But if you combine it with a physical hobby, for example tennis, and one of the creative ones I'm going to talk about in just a second, it can be an extremely powerful combination. I can speak from my own experience. As a computer science and design student, I've been doing coding for a while, studying web design, learning how to design and develop apps, and even venturing into the complex world of Web3 and cryptocurrencies by doing some coding projects there. Having at least one intellectual hobby makes you a person who seems more intelligent and mature. Everybody is unique, and the hobbies I picked might not appeal to you. Here you also need to find one that fits your character and your current circumstances. The third and last kind of hobby you need is a creative hobby. In my opinion, this is the category with the most beautiful and attractive hobbies. This can be filmmaking, photography, cooking, playing an instrument, or art. So let's be honest, doing some creative work just feels nice. Especially during university, a creative hobby brings you the optimal balance in your student life. It gives you the time and space to wind down from all the university hustle and focus on the more artistic areas of life. One of my creative hobbies is making videos on this YouTube channel for you guys. And this video right here is the result of me loving my hobby. Producing great videos is something I'm constantly learning, and it is a lot of fun, to be honest. And you can also bring people together with your hobbies. For example, me and some YouTuber friends frequently have meetups and masterminds where we come together and share our passion for content creation. Or last weekend I did a street photography session with a friend of mine. Maybe you love dancing and you can now put together a dancing group with other passionate people. Imagine how cool that would be. The most interesting people I've met so far in life, they will all practice in some form of a creative hobby. Pottery, jazz, Italian cooking, these things made them really interesting people to talk to. You can imagine hobbies being a side quest in a video game. They help you level up the character and assist you in your main quest. Here I have this massive list of hobbies and each category. You can try them out yourself. You know, the student life can be a bit overwhelming and even monotone sometimes. For many, it might seem like this daunting cycle of going to lectures, coming home, and working on assignments, just to repeat all of this on the next day. Hobbies will definitely spice things up, and if you want to get in touch with other students and like-minded people, we have a huge Discord community that you can join today. Love you, and as always, stay focused.